Tools you use don't create your habits, they reveal them. Budgets, calendars, scales, analytics. None of these things create a problem. They just expose reality. I want to challenge something that we've all heard before. I don't have enough time. Look, sometimes that might be true. Sometimes life gets busy, it gets away from us, unexpected things happen, responsibilities pile up. But I don't think that's always the whole story. I've noticed something. Everyone has priorities, right? Our calendar simply reveals those priorities. Now, before you click away thinking this is just some other productivity video, it's not, okay? I'm not here to help you color code your planner. I'm not here to help you do any of those things. I'm here to ask a different question, right? What if the calendar is not the problem? What if our calendar is something that is revealing something deeper? Because I don't think a lot of kingdom builders have a time problem. We all have 24 hours in a day. They have an order problem. And sometimes the calendar is simply the mirror to show us what's happening. Let me show you what I mean. The calendar doesn't create priorities, right? The calendar doesn't decide what's important. You do, right? The calendar simply records the decisions that you have made, want to make, will make, or it also reveals something even deeper. Right? Nobody looks at their bank account and says, wow, look at that app making me spend my money again. No, the app reveals where your money went based upon the bank account statement, right? And our calendar does the same thing. It reveals where we want our life to go or where it's going. And sometimes that's uncomfortable because, well, here's where most productivity teachings stop. The calendar is actually a mirror. Imagine someone who sits down every Sunday evening, plans the perfect week, prayer at this time, Bible study at this time, workouts at this time, deep work this time, family dinner every night. Everything's there. Everything is written down on the calendar. It looks perfect. Everything they value is on the calendar. But then Monday comes and prayer gets skipped. Workout gets skipped. The deep work gets replaced with endless scrolling, and family dinner becomes pushed back because you want to work a little longer. And then Tuesday comes around, same thing. Wednesday comes around, same thing. So now the question becomes, was the calendar the problem? No, the calendar is now revealing the problem. It's showing that there is resistance. And resistance is worth paying attention to. Resistance is like a mailman. It has a message for us. And, well, that's where most people ask the wrong question. They ask themselves, how do I become more disciplined? Or what's wrong with me? But maybe we should actually be asking, why am I resisting something that I designed? Why am I resisting something that I know actually matters? You see, that's a different question because repeated resistance points to something deeper. The calendar doesn't create those things. It exposes them. And if the calendar exposed it, now God can heal it. That's why stewardship begins with the heart. Stewardship happens far before we ever schedule anything. God's not trying to make us productivity experts. He's forming us into faithful stewards, right? Luke 16 tells us, whoever is faithful with little. Notice the emphasis. Faithful, not efficient. Faithful. You can't have the perfect planner and still avoid what God has already asked you to steward. The issue is not the planner, it's not the system, it's the heart behind it. And Jesus, well, he actually spoke directly to this issue. Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Notice he didn't tell us, tell me what you value. He said, show me where your treasure goes. And, well, I think we could say something similar for today. Show me your calendar. Show me your budget. Not because these things are sacred, but because they reveal patterns. And so the question then becomes, when we're aware of this, what do we do with this? Well, I'd like to challenge you this week. Open your calendar. Look at the last 2 weeks. Not the week that you planned, but the week you actually lived. And ask yourself, what appointment do I consistently break? Prayer? Bible study? Exercise? Rest? Family time? Now, ask the better question. Not how do I schedule this better, but ask yourself, why do I consistently resist this? Now, that question might be hard to answer, but it might just lead you into the healing you need instead of another planner that just creates shame because we don't keep it. Now, if there's one thing I want you to remember, and I hope you remember, it's this. The calendar is not our enemy. We all have 24 hours in a day. It's a mirror. It doesn't create our priorities, it reveals them. And faithful stewardship doesn't become better with a better schedule. It begins with a heart that is increasingly growing in order and alignment with the Father. When the heart changes, everything else, including the calendar, usually follows. Now, if this message has challenged you, I'd love to hear back from you. What's one commitment consistently that you've just struggled to keep? Not to create shame, but awareness. Leave it in the comments down below, and I would love to be able to pray with you. Pray for you, right? And if you're looking for clarity about maybe where disorder is creating the unnecessary friction in your life, take the free Kingdom Alignment Assessment below. It was designed to help kingdom builders identify the next area that God might actually be inviting them to faithfully steward. Now, it's not a... what's the word? The assessment is a diagnostic tool, okay? It's what separates me, the business, the ministry, all the things, is we diagnose before we scribe. So, this teaching is not use a better planner, okay? The assessment isn't use this tool. It's pay attention to what is already being revealed, and let's do something about it. The goal is not to master the calendar. The goal is to become the kind of steward whose calendar just reflects the priorities of the Father.